Being yourself is always changing. It's not stagnant. If you resist any of these parts, if you say you should be this one stagnant self, then you build a lot of resistance. If you then have this attitude, but I'm not masculine if I show this part of myself, or I'm not feminine if I show this part of myself, you are creating your personality from mind, and you put yourself in a box, and there cannot be true self-expression. Because you live your life based on what some creator is telling you. Then you're changing your unique GPS, what your soul resonates for some ideology, some chasing validation of a theory that someone else put on the internet. But true authenticity, true uniqueness comes from the variety of your expressions. You want to know where that variety comes from. Yes, if that variety comes from fear or anxiety, it's not your expression, it's to protect yourself. But it comes from your excitements, that's you, because it's the formula of Bashar, follow your excitement with no insistence on the outcome. So you want to go with what feels lighter, but for that, you have to create an atmosphere of clarity. But you cannot have that clarity if you're identified with thoughts and emotions. Most people are identified with thoughts and emotions, with patterns that come from their past, where they learned how to get control and safety or how to protect themselves. If you act on those patterns, you might say, oh, I'm just myself, but you're really just reactive to those patterns. So you're not yourself, you're actually a slave to those patterns. Can you make that left? So to find your true authenticity, you have to clear your mind, because your resonance comes from a deeper you. That deeper you is blocked by your resistance that you create in your mind, by your overthinking, by spending time inside of your head on worries, etc., which is warping your reality. It's literally warping your reality, because the more you spend time and energy on those thoughts, talking back to those fears, those protective mechanisms, the more the brain gives you, because your brain's language is engagement. Whatever you engage with, your brain wants to give you more of. That's why intrusive thoughts are intrusive, because you hate on them, which means you engage with them. And the more you talk back reactively to whatever the brain gives you, the more you warp your reality. And the more you're reactive to these patterns and recreate these patterns, and the more you are not yourself. Becoming yourself is not a trick. It's a practice. It's a skill that you create over time. That skill is created through following your excitement with no insistence on the outcome. Because if you have an insistence on the outcome, you create more resistance a lot of time. And you create, again, a mind resistance, because the future goal is just in your mind. You're just in future or past. The future, what you want to have happen. And then if you compare that to what is, a lot of times you create resistance, and you're not in the now. You're not connected to yourself. So you can only be yourself if you connect to yourself, and if you have a clear atmosphere. And you cannot have this clear atmosphere if you spend time inside of your head. And that judgment about who you should be, which I mentioned in the beginning of the video, oh, you should be masculine or feminine, or this way, that way, you should act spiritual or religious, etc. You are staying in mind, and you're creating an identity. But that identity is not your true self, because your true self is a moment-to-moment practice in the direction of what you resonate with and your excitements. And by the way, right or wrong thinking will always keep you in mind. Is this right or wrong? Is this the right decision? Is this the wrong decision? The mind loves that. And then the mind gives you more guessing thoughts if it's right or wrong. A way healthier approach is to just choose a direction that is based on your values, that feels healthier, based on your excitement, based on your resonance, and go in that direction with no insistence on the outcome. And a lot of times the answer is going to be, I don't know, but I'll try this out. I'll make this an exploration. And if you give yourself that leeway, and if you make it about a direction instead of right or wrong, you are going to be far more productive, because the right or wrong is causing procrastination. What I'm teaching you right now, I had to learn through practical application, moment by moment practice over years and years and years. And I can only tell you, if you're waiting for a trick or a tip or a sudden perspective shift so you can be more of your authentic self and be more of the true you, you're gonna be lost for a long time, because it's based on practice. It's a degree to which you change over time, and it's actually doing less. Look, I even dropped my phone, okay? And I'm still gonna record, because I'm going the lighter path, the path of least resistance. And my brain could be like, oh, I didn't even attach my audio. See, my audio is in the back, like my mic. You didn't even attach the mic. What if the video is because of that not going viral? Or you didn't even take your nimble out to have a steadier walk. And I'm like, no, I practice being myself, doing this video now the way I want to do this video. And because even making videos is an exploration for me. Like making YouTube videos is an exploration. And if you see life as an exploration instead of, I have to be perfect, this has to have this result, this has to have that result, then you give it less importance and you can be more of yourself. Look at where you are the most yourself. Probably by yourself, with your closest friends or your family. You being yourself is an exploration. It's not this well-defined ideology that you follow in a book. It's you go in the direction of your excitement, like a path, like a journey. And over time, you get to know yourself. This is why it's so bad to say, oh, I need to have the perfect idea. I need to have everything, all clarity before I make videos, for example. No, by you making thousands of videos, you learn who you are. And you learn how to make videos. By you walking the path, you learn more about the terrain. And when you're yourself, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna feel light. You're gonna go in the direction of your excitement. You're gonna make it about exploring. You're gonna make it about being creative. Now, it could be your direction of your excitement, but along the way, patterns are coming up, like anxiety or not being good enough. And that doesn't mean you're not on your path of your excitement. It just means that you have to integrate those patterns by accepting them. You see, I don't give a fuck. I'm just out here making a video. Because it's not about this one video. It's about all the videos together. It's about my evolution, what happens to me when I make the videos. So I urge you to practice more being present, which means being more of yourself, connecting more with your inner body, connecting more with the present moment, and moving forward in the direction of your excitements. And that can change over time, but you know it's the right direction because it's your excitement. And be a good-hearted person. You're gonna feel it in your heart, what excites you too, and how to treat people. Don't do it based on what the creators tell you. Just go with your heart and be a kind person, be a good-hearted person, because this world is filled by narcissistic, selfish people who just do everything for attention. And then enjoy the moment, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the nature, because the more you enjoy the moments instead of looking for future or past, where you want to be, etc., you're more of yourself. I'm gonna make more videos on how to be yourself in relationships with others, in romantic relationships or friends relationships, because many people lose themselves in relationship with others by trying to be cool, trying to chase validation, trying to impress, and then you also not yourself. Also, I'm going to talk more about authenticity and being yourself in your projects, your passions, your goals, your desires. So if you enjoy this, Let me know in the comments what you want to see more of, and I'm excited to see you guys soon.